Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome along to the Sydney Olympic Park Sports Centre here in Homebush for day 2 of the 2017 Fierce 4 Rugby Championships. We've got a wonderful day of games coming your way. 6, in fact. It starts off with Japan taking on New Zealand. They're on the court at the moment. Followed by Victoria. They face Suncorp Queensland Cyclones. Then the Gladiators take on Japan. Team Canada will play Victoria. New Zealand face off against the Gladiators, and then Canada will play Queensland. So 6 exciting games coming the way here for day 2 of the Fierce 4 Rugby Championships, all thanks to GIO. My name is John O'Farr. I'll be your lead commentator for today and right throughout the tournament, and joining me in co-commentary as always, Emma Stewart. Good morning to you. There we go. Are you looking forward to day 2? What are you most looking forward to, Em?
Absolutely. We had a fierce day 1 yesterday. It's a very interesting game. We had Team Canada versus New Zealand yesterday afternoon, so it'd be great to see a match-up this morning in Japan versus New Zealand. Very excited for some really great rugby with this international and national president.
So we've got the 2 teams out there, Japan in the white and the red, and the black and the white is New Zealand. In the middle is Daisuke Ikazaki and Hayden Barton-Coots, and it comes loose and goes away for New Zealand. And Coots now has possession of the ball. He'll try and battle his way around one, pushing his way through the midfield nicely. Nice little hand pass to Cam Leslie. Leslie doing his best to get through some traffic, just battling outside that key. Bounces once, keeps the ball alive. Tries to get around Ikazaki from Japan. Nice little pass across from Leslie. Goes into open court. And Coots is there to clean it up. Coots now tries to go at the line. He goes hard at Haga. And he's locked in the line. Little pass over the top to Cam Leslie. And the first points go to Vero, New Zealand. So a great start here for the Kiwis in. So Haga will take the ball up for Japan. Nice little pop pass over the top. Coots got the ball there, but it'll go the way of Kano. Kazuhiko Kano now with the ball. Just takes it to the line, tries to push his way through. Nice bounce ball back to Ikazaki, who curves his way around nicely. And Daisuke Ikazaki is from Hokkaido, and he turns 39 in 2017. Nice pass in from Otis, Cody Everson to Cam Leslie. So Leslie will try and take it up. He's got Rolton there on his left-hand side. Nice pop pass to Coots. Coots just on the halfway line, trying to battle his way around the Japanese attack. And now Leslie, good blocking there from Rolton. Fantastic work, and it creates the hole and the gap for Cam Leslie. So they now take the lead 2-1 with just under 7 to play in this opening term. So Japan, Emma, they're starting to show some skills as Kano has the loose ball and he pops it over nicely. Haga will go hard at the line, but Japan's showing some good signs early days of this tournament. Kano over the top, nice ball to Haga, and the try goes to Japan. So the ball will come back to the middle, and then Everson will try and play it off the key. So now Cody Everson, who was doing some great work for New Zealand yesterday, now has possession of the ball. Looks for some opportunities. Where can he pass it? Holding the ball on just a bit too long. Penalty blown. So great opportunity for Japan. They played yesterday against Victoria and had that win. So just the one victory or the one game for them on day one. And they've got 2 games today. Firstly against New Zealand here at the moment, and then they'll take on the New South Wales side, which will be a replay of last year's final, which was won by Japan 59-58 in overtime. As Cam Leslie takes it up the middle. Nice play over halfway. Looking dangerous here, the Kiwis. Inside attacking quarter. Goes inside the key, Cam Leslie. And a great goal there to the New Zealanders. So now Japan now on the attack. Good ball back in field from Kano to Haga. Haga will have good possession of the ball. Tomoki Amai is doing some great work, just floating around, causing some problems with Everson. He now has the ball now. Kano has possession. Tomoki Amai just floating deep. Good ball from Ikazaki. Great coverage there from Haga, and the goal is there to Tomoki Amai. So Tomoki Amai, he appeared in the Rio 2016 games. He made his debut in 2009 in wheelchair sports. As Barton Coots gives a nice overhead pass to Cam Leslie. Leslie will have Ikazaki on his tail, but the points come quite easily. So it's 4-3 now. New Zealand take the lead. And about 5.5 to go. Pretty quick pace at the moment. This game's being played, Emma. So Haga gets the points there, and we square up at 4 apiece. So some interesting results yesterday. The Gladiators picked up the win in the first game. Then it was Japan beating Victoria. Team Canada had their first win over New Zealand. And then, of course, the Gladiators, they went down to Victoria in a bit of a shock loss, which was a terrific game on day one, as Hayden Barton Coots goes through and scores some points for New Zealand, which gives them back the lead just by 1. Nicely played over the top. So New Zealand's putting some pressure on Japan here as Ikazaki gives the ball back. What's the call there, Em?
Yeah, so we have a holding foul, so Cameron Leslie number 2 New Zealand leading there to Japanese player. Unfortunately, that contact just happened. Unable to pull there, and in box for 1 minute. Next goal.
Haga has possession, got the inbound pass from Kano, and now Ikazaki. Daisuke Ikazaki just soaking up the clock. This is a great tactic in this sport. Slowing down the clock, the shot clock. You can see it in the corner there, now at 20 seconds. And Ikazaki gets the point. So we're back peg level, 5 apiece. Great opening quarter here on day 2 of the Fierce 4 Rugby Championships, all thanks to GIO, which are the naming rights sponsors. They have been for a number of years now, so it's always great to have GIO involved with this sport. You'll be able to see some GIO representatives over the next couple of days involved in celebrity games and making appearances throughout the day, as Ikazaki now has possession for Japan, and the turnover has occurred, and Kano will get the points there for Japan. Everson to bring it back from the key. Where do you see this game opening up here, Em? Who can take it? So Leslie just battling outside the key, has Barton Coots on his left-hand side, and the points come quite easily. So wonderful to have your attendance here on day 2 of the championships here at the State Sports Centre. It was opened in 1984 on the 22nd of November, this arena. So it celebrates its 33rd birthday a bit later this year. So the ball goes out of bounds. Now New Zealand will have an opportunity from the touchline. A couple of changes. Agawa comes on and Shimakawa in 13, 23 is Agawa. And Ikazaki goes back on. Haga's come off. So a couple of changes. So we go back to play, and Coots now has the ball, shakes on Shimakawa, goes through Ikazaki, and the points come quite easily. So, great team, the Japan side. The big medal chances here after claiming gold last year with their overtime win over New South Wales. And they were beaten by Australia in Rio in the semi-finals, a 63-57 narrow loss there in the semi-finals. And of course, Australia went on to beat the United States in the final in Rio to claim gold. And Japan are third in international rankings, just below the US. And of course, they picked up the silver medal in Rio, the Americans. So Japan, a terrific team, and they've always provided plenty of entertainment right across this tournament. And of course, last year they went all the way to pick up gold, beating New South Wales. So Cam Leslie has possession of the ball, works his way nicely up the left flank, just over halfway, pushes it beautifully across to Hayden Barton-Coots. That's a terrific goal for New Zealand. Great team goal for them, really pushing it across. And the score goes in the favour of the New Zealanders now, 9-7. And lead it by 2 with just over 3 to play. And the ball's pushed across court. Ikazaki, can he get there in time? He can. Oh, no. Denied at the line. So it shows you the pressure of this sport, especially on day 2. So we're day 2 of 4. Of course, tomorrow we'll be having gold medal games, and then Saturday following that. So Cam Leslie has possession of the ball. Nicely worked away, just pushes away one, pops it over the pass beautifully to Barton-Coots, and Coots finishes it. Pretty to play to watch, Hayden Barton-Coots. Loves his poker, and he was dominant yesterday for New Zealand in their clash against Canada. What a wonderful game that was yesterday. Team Canada making their debut in the Sydney Nationals. As Shimakawa now has possession, and he gets the points. So we go to 10 points to 8, just under 3 minutes to play. So New Zealand, Emma, just starting to drift away a little bit here. It'll be interesting to see how Japan respond. So Ikazaki just getting a tyre change there as we were speaking, as Coots has possession of the ball, tries to take it up for New Zealand, getting his way through that defensive half, now into the quarter. Beautiful work. He's a wonderful mover on court, Hayden Barton-Coots. Terrific player for New Zealand, and he scores the points on that occasion. Shimakawa now trying to battle around Cody Everson. Hayden Barton-Coots, nice little battle with Shimakawa. Shimakawa gets a shunt. He's got to get rid of it. Calls the equipment call. And looks like Shimakawa's calling to the bench for something there. Did you see what was going on there, Em? Looks like a tyre change.
Yeah, we just had a tyre over there, but when that time out was called, so saving themselves 12 seconds back forward. We have 12 seconds in wheelchair rugby to pass over that first half. So similar to last quarter, but 12 seconds.
So Ikazaki has possession of the ball. Nice little overhead pass to Shimakawa. Shimakawa gets the extras there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls in the audience, you know you can make as much noise as you want out there in the stands. Let's hear you. New Zealand have possession. Everson did well there. Cam Leslie battles his way up the flank. Has Everson just on the right-hand side, providing some good work. Hayden Butt, Coots and Shimakawa collide. Ball just goes to the key. Good work from Cam Leslie, just outside the line. Battling his way around Ikazaki. Terrific blocking work there from Rolton for New Zealand. And the points come. So 12 points to 9 now. New Zealand lead it by 3, under 2 minutes. What a frenetic pace this game is being played at, Emma. Shimakawa now battles at the line. Tries to go and does, gets around Everson. So the points come there for the Japanese. 12-10 now. 90 seconds to go, first quarter. Ball's pushed away to Coots from Everson. Coots now trying his way to battle through. Nice little pop pass over the top to Leslie. Leslie now battles away down the sideline. Just tried to get around Ikazaki and couldn't quite get there. So So, nice little battle between these two international sides, Japan and New Zealand. They had good performances yesterday. And I'll be surprised if they're not in those medal chances in a couple of days' time, especially tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a fascinating day. We have another 5 games on court, and then, of course, the gold medal game. So it's pushed away nicely from Leslie. Leslie tried to get it to Coots, but just out of reach there, unfortunately for HBC. So Ikazaki to Shimakawa. Shimakawa over the half. Keeps the ball alive with a couple of bounces. Slows down the clock. Good work there from Cam Leslie trying to stop the possession. And the points go the way of Japan. So starting to peg back a little bit. 12-10 now in favour of New Zealand. Nicely laid by Coots. There's been a change of possession, so a good opportunity for Japan to get themselves back in this one. Shimakawa just battling it out the line. Shimakawa trying to get just inside that key. He'll play it nicely. Penalty is called. Em, take us through it. Ikazaki, nice pass over the top. Shimakawa. Shimakawa will play it close to the key. Everson just battling there. Shimakawa slowing down the clock. 15 seconds on it. That's the game clock. They push it nicely. Shimakawa is slowing it down, holding it back, using the game clock to his advantage. Rolls backwards for the points. And there it is. So the points come the way. 12-11. Thrilling first quarter. Not much time left here. Siren will go very soon. So that ends the first quarter of play between Japan and New Zealand. A thrilling contest so far. What a quarter we've got coming up, and what a game we've got coming up. At the moment, we're 12 apiece. New Zealand and Japan. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment. So we're back here for the second quarter of this game between Japan and New Zealand. It looks like Noromatsu is on there. He debuted in 2013. He was introduced to the sport through a friend. Went to training. And he represents the Okinawa Hurricanes back home. So Shimakawa now has possession of the ball. Tries to battle his way around a couple of players. Great work there from Kurahashi. And just decides to barrage his way through. That's great work from Shinichi Shimakawa. Terrific stuff there. It was great work from Kaya Kurahashi in the number 3 jumper. She's out there for Japan. And now possession will be taken by New Zealand. Hayden Barton-Coots, he's got plenty of firepower. Noromatsu giving him some grief. So too Ikazaki. Coots, good ball across court. Finds Rob Hewitt. Now back to Coots. Coots just settles it down for New Zealand. Playing it nicely through the mid-court. Great coverage there from Cody Everson. I notice Mai's on the court as well, so she's providing some great defence. Tried to battle away through. Beautiful ball to Amai. Amai now under some traffic. Daisuke Ikazaki causing all sorts of grief. Balls come loose. Penalty is blown. So an interesting call there. And the possession has gone the way now of Japan. So Noromatsu and jumper number 22. Saya Noromatsu gives it infield. And now we'll find Shimakawa. Shimakawa at the half. Goes over the line. Bounces it a couple of times. Pushes away nicely. Plays it beautifully. And Shimakawa will get the point. So Amai now has possession. And now Amai will play possession.
HBC taking the time out there for New Zealand. Free kickers again from Japan.
So we go back to the game now. Interesting play now between Japan and New Zealand. It's 14-12 in favour of the Japanese with just over 6 to play. Great lineup that Japanese have got there before for Kurahashi, Noromatsu, Ikazaki and Shimakawa. And now the ball will be played inbound by Japan, is it? Or no, New Zealand will take it. So Amai will have possession. She'll play it close to the line. Amai gives it in court to Rob Hewitt. Hewitt back to Coots. Coots plays the ball nicely over the top.
Ma with the ball.
Amaya has possession. Good work there from her. Back to Coots. Coots plays it just short of the key. Battling away nicely. He's slowing it down. Good work there from Rob Hewitt in the back. Tries to put possession there for New Zealand. Battling his way through. Nice little pass from Coots to Amaya. Amaya will have possession. Ikazaki just pushing away on Amai in that corner. Interesting tactic there from Japan, Em.
Yeah, and New Zealand just getting that time out. So they'll get a reset on the shot clock of 15 seconds. Just clearing that. So we have a 40-second shot clock that New Zealand was about to run out of, and they've just sneaked it in time. So taking it from the sideline for New Zealand.
So Amai will have possession of the ball. She'll throw it inbound and find Coots. Coots now just battles around one. Plays it nicely. Possession is there. And Coots fires the ball and inbound it goes. So the points come the way of the Kiwis, and now Japan on the attack fast. Shimakawa, nice pass into Ikazaki. Ikazaki will do his best to just slow down the play. Good work there from Kurahashi. In the 3, in defence. Playing it nicely, Ikazaki. Great work there from Kaya Kurahashi. And Ikazaki will score the points. Terrific work from Japan on that particular play. 15-13, they take the lead by 2. As Coots gives it to Amai. Amai pops it over the top. Bit of a collision there, and Amai has gone down.
Yeah, so again, a leaning foul, so holding on Maya. Unfortunate, great tackle there from Japan. So it'll be a change in possession with Japan from the side.
So it'll be the Japanese that'll take it there with a brief timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's make some noise in the stands. Are we loving this sport, huh? All right, who's here to support the GIO New South Wales Gladiators, the hometown boys? Great to have your attendance here on day 2 of the championships. Of course, we've got 2 more days to go. 1 more day here at the Sports Centre, and then, of course, we move on Saturday to the Netball Centre for a great bunch of games there. It'll be a wonderful day, kicking off at 11 o'clock. Tomorrow it starts at 10, but we've got plenty of games right throughout the day today. 5 more after this, in fact, right through until 6:45 when Team Canada play the Queenslanders. So both sides just having a bit of a timeout. And what would be sort of discussed at this time, Em, when they have timeouts?
Yeah, I think they're really taking this opportunity to gather themselves. And as you can see now, we've got an equipment here with the mechanic stepping in, change over HPC's chair there. But New Zealand really probably just wanting to refocus and gather themselves for this instance. Unfortunately, they lost that ball in the last play there, but such a big hit there from Japan. So Japan now with the ball from the side.
So they'll play it nicely away, and Japan have Shimakawa now playing possession. Will battle his way through, try to get to the line. Good work from Cody Everson, but Shimakawa wins the battle. And 1 more point is added to the total. 16-13 in favour of the Japanese now. So starting to take control now in this contest. They were down by a couple at one stage, Japan, so they've pegged back nicely. Leslie gives it in court to Amai. Good work from Rob Hewitt. Brilliant stuff from him.
Incredible block there. So Rob really locking up the defensive player, so they did not get a chance to prevent that try for Maya.
So terrific teams out on the court at the moment. Great to see 3 international teams here at the 2017 Fierce 4 Rugby Championships, all thanks to GIO. Japan, New Zealand, and of course the newbies in town. Team Canada, played away nicely by Ikazaki. Will play it just across the line. Ikazaki now has possession and he will take the goal. So Amai now has the ball. Playing this game at an incredible pace. Plenty of intensity early from both sides as Leslie gets the pass from Amai. Leslie plays it, goes around Norimatsu. Battling hard and strong. Cam Leslie gets the points for the New Zealanders. Nicely played away by Ikazaki. Ikazaki over the top. And it'll be Shimakawa that finishes off with the points. So the score now, 4.5 to go, 18-15. Nicely played by Cam Leslie. Battling his way through. Leslie has possession. Just bouncing it, keeping it alive. Cody Everson trying to block out Norimatsu. Here comes Shimakawa now. Good work from Leslie to keep the ball alive. Battling his way around Norimatsu. Good pass inbound to Myra Maya. She finishes with class. Terrific goal, New Zealand. They're really starting to click and connect now. Ikazaki gives the ball across to Shimakawa. He goes over the halfway line. Shimakawa now, here's Ikazaki, but he won't need him. And the points come the way of the Japanese. So Amai, this game going back and forth, frenetic pace at the moment. Good pass from Amai to Leslie. Leslie now battling away one, tries to pop the pass over to Rob Hewitt. Rob Hewitt doing so much great work in defence. Now it looks as though he's going to pick up a goal, so that's great work. Tremendous versatility from Rob Hewitt, Em.
Yeah, absolutely. Cameron Leslie really reading the play, drawing the defensive players in and going for the long ball there through to Rob. So here we just have another equipment for Team Japan.
So it'll be a tyre change there for Ikazaki. I think that's his second for this game. Kurahashi just receiving some coaching advice from the sideline. So great to see some female participation in the Japanese side. Making her first appearance here at the Sydney Nationals. Certainly not for Japan though. As Ikazaki now has possession, he'll play it nicely, just pushing away one. Tries to battle his way through mid-court. Good pass across court, finds Shimakawa. And Shinichi Shimakawa gets the points for Japan. Maya Amai now has play. She'll try and get the ball in court, finds Leslie. Leslie now, terrific work from Maya Amai blocking. Here comes Noramatsu, tries to battle. Shimakawa now tries to have a crack. Rob Hewitt, terrific blocking, blocks out the two. Shimakawa and Ikazaki still with Leslie, just outside the key. Brilliant stuff, Maya Amaya. And the points come for New Zealand. 18-20, Japan by 2, 3.5 to go before half time. Nice pass inbound. Good work there. Shimakawa tries to battle around Amai. Nice little battle in the middle. Shimakawa goes. Noramatsu just floating around. And the points will go to Japan. Great try there. So now Amai has possession just outside the key. Looking dangerous. Gets the ball away, but couldn't quite get possession. Cam Leslie, who took plenty of falls yesterday, and this time good to see him upright on two wheels.
Yeah, the man must have had a nice cold bath last night, having been knocked out of his chair several times, particularly through the Canadian game yesterday. It was a really tough day for Cameron Leslie. And just there we had 10 seconds. The ball wasn't actually passed inbound in time, so it's a changeover here, and Japan will take it from the sideline. Cameron Leslie just getting a bit of a change on his tyre. As you'll see through the game, ladies and gentlemen, the mechanics for each team will come out onto the floor and help if there's a need for equipment. So we might have a tyre change. Sometimes the waistbands will need adjustments as well. And of course, if we have a fallen player too, we will have mechanics and staff come onto the court from the benches to assist for the guys and girls to get back upright. Cameron Leslie certainly taking a few knocks yesterday. Thrills and spills, it was an intense game. Yesterday afternoon, Canada taking it out by 10 to New Zealand.
So the ball back in play from Ikazaki, plays back to Shimakawa. Plays it just outside the key. Good work from Kaya Kurahashi in defence, trying to block up Hayden Barton-Coots. They'll take on the line. Ikazaki. Oh, geez, he drew Gavin Rolton in beautifully there, Shimakawa. And Ikazaki had a clear path to goal. And it's now taken by Coots. Coots just battles his way through, tries to get around one, flick over the top. Nice little play. Leslie picks it up. Hail Mary pass over the top. But I think he may have gone out, Em.
Yeah, Jono managed to keep it in, but the New Zealand team running out of time there in their back court. So change over. Japan with the ball from the sideline. 3 minutes left in this first half. The lead, Japan by 4, 22-18.
Shimakawa now tries to battle his way through. Nice little play there from the Japanese. So now 23-18. They lead it by 5. Good work from Everson. On to Leslie. Leslie pushing away nicely. Just pushes it back and away goes possession.
And again there, Cameron Leslie losing the ball, unfortunately, right on the line. Similar to basketball, we have a backcourt regulation here in wheelchair rugby, so that being called there by Kevin from Canada.
So Nakamachi, the new player on court in the 24. And Shimakawa gets the points from that inbound pass. Everson. Tries to get possession across to Cam Leslie. Leslie battles his way through. Kurahashi giving some grief. Nice pass across to Hayden Barton-Coots. He needs possession. He gives it to Cody Emerson.
My goodness, Japan really pressing the New Zealand team here. New Zealand losing that one with a half-court violation again. Japan's intensity on defence is just incredible this game. They're certainly tight up on them, forcing the backcourt timeout. And just there in the last 30 seconds, 2 backcourts for New Zealand.
So Haga now will have possession. And he'll take it in. So there was another change there as you were chatting, Em. Takumi Washi comes on in the 51 for Japan. That's his first appearance in this tournament so far. Washi gives over the top. Beautiful work from Ikazaki.
HBC there, tight defence. Japan with the ball though, keeping possession. And we've just got a hold in play here. Timeout to New Zealand. A coach's timeout called.
So it looks as though there'll be a break in play here. This is the biggest lead at the moment from Japan over New Zealand. 24-18, so just the 6 points, and we're just 2 minutes away from half-time, the end of the second quarter. Of course, if you're new to wheelchair rugby, it's played over 4 quarters of 8 minutes a quarter, and then we play overtime if necessary. So Japan just getting some advice here.
So we're just getting a reset here on the shot clock to be correct. We had a reset on the sideline, so we're back to 20 seconds now on the shot clock with 2:20 remaining in the game for this first period. Japan leading by 6 now. Certainly brought the score a bit forward here. First period finishing up with both teams at 12. So really impressive defence and obviously drawing over the line by Japan in this second quarter.
So back into play now, and just getting some discussions from the Kiwi coach. Having a chat with the referees. Japanese coach wants the ball inbounded. Wants play to start again. So the play will now go back to Japan's, and Ikazaki will have possession. It's been a bit of a hold-up again. So a bit of an interesting call here. Referees just having a discussion with the Kiwi managers and team. And the Japanese coach to my left-hand side is just wanting to start play with 2 to go, and it's 24-18. So nice play back to Ikazaki. Ikazaki will just bounce it a couple of times to keep the ball alive. Good work from Kurahashi. So to Washi in defence. Ball goes across to Ikazaki. Ikazaki pops the pass over the top. I think it's Haga that gets the points on that occasion. So Clayton Utia now on court. Great to see Clayton. Had a great day yesterday for the Kiwis. Gets the ball to Amaya. Amaya has possession. Nice little pop pass over the top. Goes loose. Picked up by Coots. Coots did well to keep the ball alive. Now Utia has the ball. Utia gets the ball away nicely to Coots. They're combining well here in New Zealand. Just inside the attacking half. Slows it down, HBC. Keeps the ball alive nicely. Pushes it away from 1, through 2, through 3. Gets somehow, some way there. Great work from Barton Coots, and the points come the way of New Zealand. Terrific stuff, Em.
Yeah, really great defence there, but HBC pushing through the defence to get the try for New Zealand.
Pass over the top, goes loosely, and Takumi Washi gets the points for Japan. Another try to his tally. And Tia now. Ball in possession to HBC. Coots now battles his way around Ikazaki. Nicely played over the half. Tried to get the pass away. Finds Utia in space. Clayton Utia, he's dangerous when he's got some space in front of him. And away he goes for the points for the Kiwis. So with just over a minute to go, it is 26-20. They lead by 6, Japan. Played nicely by Ikazaki. Ikazaki over the half. Tries to push away one. Wants Kurahashi on that left-hand side. She goes over there, and so too Haga. Creates a gap for Ikazaki. Daisuke Ikazaki close to the line, inside the key. Has Barton Coots on his tail, but to no avail. And the points come the way of Japan. So Utia to inbound now from the key. Nice little quick pass to Coots. Coots will just slow it down. Has Ikazaki just over the top there. Nice pass over there to Utia. Utia back to HBC. HBC to Maya. Wow. What a terrific goal.
Between the 3 defence, she manages to pass over the line. What a try. What a try.
Terrific stuff for New Zealand. Washi has the possession of the ball. Goes around Coots. Here comes Maya putting some pressure on Washi. Washi close to the line, goes out of bounds.
And again, some impressive play there, Maya. She's really having a great tournament this week here in Sydney. Very impressive player from New Zealand.
So Utia now has possession. He'll start the play. Pops the pass over the top. Nicely played by Amaya. Amaya has pulled the ball, just plays it away nicely, tries to get around Haga. Good work there. Haga goes crash in there, big collision. Hayden Barton Coots went into Washi. Amaya under immense pressure, somehow gets it to Coots. Coots slows it down, just gets inside that attacking half. Rolton's doing his best to keep possession tight. Good pass over there to Utia. Clayton Utia. Oh, what about the pass? Back to Amaya. Terrific stuff from the Kiwis. They are turning it on deluxe here in Sydney. Wow. Playing an entertaining brand of wheelchair rugby, and that is half time. Well, what a half, what a quarter of wheelchair rugby. It is half time. It is Japan by 5, 27-22. We'll take a break and be back. Stay with us. We've got an exciting 2 quarters coming your way. Okay, so welcome back here to the Sydney Olympic Park Sports Centre for the third quarter of this clash between New Zealand and Japan. Great first half so far, 27-22 in favour of the Kiwis. So Japan now will try and take it through Utia. Utia has the ball over to Coots. Coots now pushes away one, just tries to battle his way through some heavy traffic. Nice work there. Terrific defence there from the 55 in Sagano. And Coots will go over the points. So the try is scored for New Zealand. Sagano now will have possession. Tries to look over the top. Finds Haga. Back to Sagano. Sagano now will try and find some support. Has Shimakawa just in front. Ball comes loose. Great collision there from Barton Coots and Meyer. And it looks as though the pace of this game hasn't dropped off one bit, Em.
Not at all. Impressive start from the New Zealand team to get that try over the line. And Maya, again, great defence. So Japan taking it out there. 27, or 28 rather. New Zealand 23.
So now Coots has possession of the ball, gives it back in field. Nice work to Everson onto Utia. Now back to Coots. Coots plays it up court, goes over the half, has Shimakawa in his tail. Coots now tries to go at the line, looking dangerous there. Nice little pass back to Mai. Has one attempt, now another. Utia trying to block the way, gives it to now Utia. Utia, he will just crawl his way through. And a couple of little bumps and grinds and he gets the points. So Sagano goes downtown long. Can Shimakawa get it? A couple of bounces on the pickup. It's there. Points go the way of Japan. So now 29-24, just under 7 to play in this third period. Great contest so far between Japan and New Zealand. Japan, of course, had a win over Victoria Protect Thunder yesterday. And Team Canada beat New Zealand in a terrific contest. Game 3 on day 1. This is game 1 on day 2. We hope you can stay with us right throughout the program as Coots goes long towards goal, finds possession and the penalty has been blown in. Take us through it.
Yeah, so first and foremost, we'll have a reset on the shot clock there. So any foul for the defence, there'll be a reset. So we had a 4 in the key there from number 4, Masayaki Haga from Japan. New Zealand with the ball now from the sideline, so they have a bit of an advantage here with only 3 defensive players for Japan on court.
Utia gives it to Coots and HBC gets the points. So now Sagano will have possession, gives it nicely away to Shimakawa. Shimakawa battling down the line, good pass across court. Oh, beautiful stuff to Sagano, gets the ball away but couldn't quite find Haga. And the chance goes begging there for Japan. So Masayuki Haga just ran out of a little bit of courtroom as there's a player down on the far side. Did you see who it was, Em? So we'll just have a short break in play as looks like it's Shimakawa that's gone down there. And it'll be just a break in play there. So Shimakawa is back on 2 wheels, which is good to see. And now we go back to play. So Leslie's back on the court for New Zealand. Leslie with possession, is playing it nicely, pushes away from one. And the ball is away and cross court, so New Zealand going for the line. And Leslie has possession. And he plays it nicely. So now the margin just back to 3 now, interestingly. 29-26. 6 minutes to go. What a contest we're seeing so far, Em.
Incredible match here of wheelchair rugby. It's really impressive to see these 2 international sides face to face today here at Sydney Olympic Park. Japan in the lead now in the third period by 7 and taking another one. Leading by 8, Japan. Number 13, Shimakawa for Japan, making the try.
So Utia gives it to Leslie. Nicely played away. So the margin back to 4, 30-26 in favour of Japan with 5:48 to go. On the attack here now, Japan trying to get the ball away now is Leslie for New Zealand. He'll bounce away one, pushes it back in court. Nicely played.
Sneaky little underpass there, sneaking through the side, just making it in between the cone and that player. Impressive play there by Cameron Leslie.
So it'll be played nicely there to Haga. Haga pushes one away, finds across to Shimakawa. Now Everson with the steal. That's a great possession change for New Zealand. Now Leslie needs some support, battles his way through. And it was great work there from the number 9 in Tomoki Amai. And Leslie, he'll get the points. And the try there for New Zealand. Terrific stuff.
Very impressive. New Zealand certainly hungry for this game. Great defense and certainly taking the opportunities. Pressing here in that back half, forcing the timeout onto Japan. They will take the ball from the sideline. Also a substitution here for Team Japan. So on court we have 2 international refs. Kevin from Canada and our Aussie grown Nigel, representing for their countries for this national and international test event here at Sydney Olympic Park.
So it'll be exciting to see the 2018 Nationals in August next year, the Worlds, as Japan pick up some more points there through Kano. And a great array of teams will be invading Homebush for that particular tournament and other venues around. So log on to wheelchairrugby.com.au for more information there. As Umpire goes forward, his charges at the line. Good work there from Kano to try and prevent it, but Umpire too strong. Just had the pace on the outside to get through, and the points came quite easily. So Shoto Watanabe plays it back in court. Daisuke Ikazaki now goes at the line. Watanabe just battling nicely and tight in defence. Good pass from Ikazaki, finds Noramatsu.
Oh, he just gets that one, nearly losing it over the line there.
So he debuted in 2013, Noramatsu. He turns 27 this year. He represents the Okinawa Hurricanes back home in his native Japan.
It's a very strong competition, a fierce competition over in Japan. As you can see by the level of play here today.
So Daisuke Ikazaki, what about the take there? He's got the pass and the ball from Noramatsu. And the try there goes to Kano. Sorry to interrupt there, but what a play.
The game first, Jono.
Stuff. So now passage of play there to Umpire. You don't normally see that where a player steals the ball off Noramatsu, or when it's in possession like that. So really thrilling to see as Ikazaki goes inside the quarter, gives the pass across, couldn't quite find.
Couple of change of plays here, and we have a held ball. So this is when both teams have possession. Again, we have a few rules here in wheelchair rugby that are similar to basketball. We've taken a few different bits and bobs, few sports. This game originally created for quadriplegics to have an opportunity in sport, as wheelchair basketball is just a little bit too challenging for some of the function of quadriplegics. But now we're certainly incorporating some other disabilities, including cerebral palsy, quad amputees and the like.
So now Ikazaki just outside that key. Battles his way nicely. Noramatsu blocking beautifully. So too Watanabe. Battling his way through now, Ikazaki. Looks pretty good. Goes at the line. And the points come the way of Japan.
No, we didn't get that one there. No try for Japan there. Unfortunately, spending too much time in the keyway. So it's 10 seconds that each player is allowed in the key, and one of the players exceeding that time. So New Zealand with the ball from the side through to Cameron Leslie to the right side of the field.
Leslie up over halfway, battles with Kano. Leslie using his power and size and sheer pace. Terrific stuff to beat Kazuhiki Kano on that line. Now the play quickly back in possession. And it'll be taken there by Japan, so they'll take it from the key. Nice little pass back in field. Ikazaki tries to battle his way around. Good work from him. Ikazaki now floating pass over the top. Saya Noramatsu. Noramatsu now has Maya just in front. Here comes Cody Everson. Good pass to Ikazaki. Ikazaki battling over the top. Good over the top pass. Beautiful stuff.
Incredible work. Great teamwork there from Japan. Reading the defensive play and making that try once again. The lead now, only 4. New Zealand's really come back in this quarter, finishing the half at 27-22. So that lead now down by 1.
So Amaya gives the ball across field and goes away to Cam Leslie. So great start to today. It's coming up next, the contest between Victoria Protect Thunder and the Suncorp Queensland Cyclones. And there'll be just a slight little change in the commentary box. Nicholas Cunyac will be calling the action of that, along with Emma Stewart. So away goes Japan for the points on that occasion. Kano gets the try. So 35-30 now, 2:56 left in this third period. And of course the Gladiators face Japan in game 3 today, and it's Team Canada going up against Victoria. New Zealand will battle the silver medalists from last year, the Gladiators of New South Wales, and then to finish the day at 6:45, it'll be Team Canada and Queensland as Maya Amaya has possession of the ball. She takes it inside the key, nicely played away. Battles it well, so Ikazaki now. Ikazaki pushes the ball across court. Kano now has possession. Nice little pass back to Ikazaki. Team goal coming up here for Japan, and it's Noramatsu that goes through for the points. So terrific stuff for Japan, really piling on the pressure and using the court well there, Em, to get the goal.
Yeah, they're certainly drawing in the defence there. Incredible play by Japan and both New Zealand this game.
Hewitt over the top finds Leslie. Leslie battling well, just inside that attacking half. Leslie has Hewitt on his outside, now on his inside. Pushes away nicely. Cam Leslie still with the ball, needs to find a way through. Good work from Cody Everson in protection there. Leslie battling his way through. Can he bounce through? He can.
What an impressive play there. Squeezing through those two defensive players.
Terrific
Cameron
stuff.
Leslie for New Zealand.
So it'll come back to Japan, and Ikazaki has possession. Nice little pass over the top. Couldn't quite be taken there by the 25 in Watanabe. Maya Amaya now has possession. She gets the ball nicely to Hewitt. Hewitt's lost it. Kano's got it for Japan. Back to Ikazaki.
A few changeovers there, Jono. We've certainly seen the pressure from both teams. And another one. Japan losing the ball there. So New Zealand taking it from the side. An opportunity here for the Japan and New Zealand sides both to have substitution. So who have we got now on the floor, Jono?
A couple of changes. Shimakawa comes on. Tomoki Imai in the 9. And Noramatsu will come off the bench, as well as Watanabe. Daisuke Ikazaki will stay on. And Hitoshi Agawa in the 23.
Smart hit there from Japan. Cameron Leslie just managing to stay in court there.
So Cody Everson lucky not to get a tyre puncture as HBC gives the ball across to Leslie, and there'll be a stoppage of play here. In fact, there'll be a tyre change there for Japan.
So during an equipment timeout, the other team needs to leave a metre radius around so that they have that opportunity, the mechanics, to come on and get done what they need to.
So Shinichi Shimakawa has possession. And He has lost it, so now it'll go back to New Zealand. So he's got the tyre change. And now Coots will have the ball. He's just slowing down that clock. 28 seconds left on that shot clock. We're just over a minute in game time. Coots nicely played away from one, pushing his way beautifully. Goes to the line. Penalty blown in. Take us through it.
And again, I don't think I've seen so many 4 in the keys in a game. That'll be the 5th or 6th for this game. So it's similar to a foul. They'll go to the penalty box here, just in front of you for spectators. He'll serve a minute or until New Zealand scores the next try, as long as it's not a penalty goal, in which case he'd stay and serve that full minute for Japan. So HPC with the ball on the left-hand side of the field. The boys chewing down that clock time. There's 4 points in this match in the third period.
And it works well to Cam Leslie, who just plays possession nicely. 36-33, under a minute to go. So we've got a final quarter coming up that's packed with excitement. Stay with us. And of course, game 2 is Victoria and Queensland. And Nicholas Kunyak and Emma Stewart will take you through all the action of that one. Nice pass across to Ikazaki. Good work across there beautifully to Agawa. And Hitoshi Agawa gets the points for Japan. Good work from Everson in the key. And he'll play possession.
Wow,
nicely.
again, another turnover. Very impressive. And Kevin, the coach for Japan, certainly intense as well here on the sideline.
So back we go. And away goes Shimakawa. Plows into HBC. Ikazaki just slows down the clock, keeping an eye on the clock, calls the timeout with 12 seconds to go. Interesting call from Japan to call the timeout. They're up by 4 at the moment, 37-33. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here. What play have they got? Can they pile on some points just before quarter time? Nice pass to Shimakawa. Shimakawa battling around one, just inside that half. Good pass across court, finds Ikazaki.
Oh!
Beautiful keyhole goal there to Japan. And it was a terrific goal there to Tomoki Amai. So that is three-quarter time here at the 2017 GIO Wheelchair Rugby National Championships. Japan, they lead it by 5, 38-33. We'll take a break and we'll be back with more, including the exciting final quarter of this game between Japan and New Zealand. Back in a moment. Okay, here we go. So, final quarter of this clash between Japan and New Zealand. What a game it's been. So great to have you here in attendance at the Sydney Olympic Park Sports Centre. It was first built in 1984 on the 22nd of November. So it celebrates birthday number 33 a little bit later this year. Great centre. It's held netball finals, boxing, UFC, all sorts of sports, including wheelchair rugby as well for a number of years. As Shimakawa goes over for the points and Ikazaki's calling for an equipment change, Em?
Yeah, just needing his sleeve pulled up here. So the guys, for the protection of their arms, their elbows, because they do use those sometimes to push, having those sleeves to cover them up. So falling down there and getting a bit of a fix-up and some tape, it would be.
So it'll be played now in just a moment. Ikazaki just getting some tape just on those arms of his, on the wrapping.
So an equipment timeout is 60 seconds. If they cannot get the equipment sorted, they'll need to substitute.
So they managed to get that underway. So Ikazaki goes back in court and Everson will start us again. Nice pass to HBC. HBC will play it nicely. Plays it across the court. Shimakawa was good there. Good little hand pass over the top nicely to Leslie. Leslie battling through some traffic. Tries to push away from one. Now goes at the line. Goes past Noromatsu. Can't quite get to him, Saya Noromatsu, and Leslie gets the points for New Zealand. Great pressure goal.
Yeah, and again, right there on that left-hand side of the field, Cameron Leslie sneaking in through the player in the cone for that try for New Zealand. The lead is by 5 to Japan in the first minute of this last quarter.
Played nicely there to Shimakawa. Good cross-court pass from Daisuke Ikazaki.
Oh, a big hit there.
Rolton collided there with Ikazaki. Noromatsu and Kurahashi just doing their best deep court. There's Barton Coots battling his way through some heavy procession. Has Noromatsu on his tail. Here comes Ikazaki. HBC now, the poker king, just inside the attacking quarter. Goes at the key. Good blocking from Leslie. HBC now tries to battle away. Gives the ball away to Leslie. Leslie now goes at the line. Noromatsu can't quite get there. And Leslie adds to the total. So down by 5 now, 40 to 35. Just over 6.5 left in this contest. Coming up next, Victoria will take on Queensland, and Nicholas Cunyac and Emma Stewart will take you through all the action of that one. Game 2 on day 2 as Ikazaki gets possession.
All right, so we've got a no try, no score there for Japan because the offensive players ended up on New Zealand. Unfortunate, just a big hit there. So an equipment timeout to get him back up into play. Falling down nicely though, it seems, so hopefully no injury to his head.
So Shimakawa is back on 2 wheels, which is good to see. Cameron Leslie was taking plenty of knocks yesterday.
Went down at least 7 times in that test against Canada.
So he's now not having too many falls today, which is a good sign. So Everson will now have possession for New Zealand. Kurahashi doing her best in protection. Now it goes to Leslie. Leslie battling away, has Noromatsu on his tail. Here comes Shimakawa, but they can't catch him. Leslie gets the points.
Doesn't he have some speed to him, Cameron Leslie? Multi-Paralympian from New Zealand. That's number 2 from New Zealand. Also a world record holder for freestyle in Paralympic swimming. Very impressive athlete, representing his country in 2 sports. Not something you see very often. So New Zealand have their nationals just next week, actually. They're busy coming over here for this. And then the end of the month and coming through until September, we also have the international champions that they will have hosted in Auckland.
Good change of possession there as Ikazaki gets the points. And now it'll come back to Everson. Everson just trying to find some space somewhere. Nice little pass across court. HBC now gives the ball long. Goes to Everson. Everson bounces once, a couple of times. Shimakawa did brilliantly there to prevent the points. So Shinichi Shimakawa sneaking up on that right side and just knocking the ball out of Cam Leslie's hands.
Yeah, so just want to explain this one. We have a leave in the court. However, because Cameron Leslie didn't have personal possession, Japan player will head to the box for 1 minute. And New Zealand will have the ball from the sideline. So no try there, but New Zealand with the advantage here with 4-on-3 with nearly 6 minutes remaining in this last period of this game. Japan versus New Zealand.
So HBC now has possession of the ball. Leslie just floating in the backcourt. HBC trying to just slow down the clock and get away from Ikazaki. Will now slow down even further and go through for some points there. So 41-36, 5.5 to go in this final term.
And Johnny, we have a coaches here called from Kevin. Coach Japan.
Kevin Orr for Japan.
Yeah.
And of course the assistant coach in Hiroyuki Masaka just giving some words of advice as well to the 4 on court for Japan, which are Noramotsu, Kurahashi, Nikazaki and Shimakawa. So they're just getting a time out as we speak, and the Kiwis just having a bit of a chat over there.
Jono, a little while away, but I'm quite excited that Japan will be hosting the 2020 Para Games. That'll be exciting. Hosted in Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah, so that's 3 years away, but geez, time flies, so it'll be here before we know it.
Hoping to see some of these players continue in the sport for another Paralympics.
And of course, we're preparing for the Com Games, which will be in the Gold Coast next year. It's pushed away nicely to Shimakawa. Shimakawa battles through the hole. And it's played back, so Everson will have possession. He'll pop the pass nicely to HBC. HBC just tries to get through some traffic early. Good work over the top there from the Kiwi defence, especially in Rolton. HBC now still with possession. Everson doing his best and just pushing his way through nicely as HBC still battling some problems. Gives it to Leslie. Now what can Leslie do? A few holes created on that line. Nicely pushed away. Still Leslie with the ball. Goes.
Oh, gets the try with only 4 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Impressive play there by New Zealand. And such tight defence.
Gets to play nicely, so Kurahashi now has possession. Plays it nicely down the touch line. Shimakawa gives it into Ikazaki. Rolton can't quite get there. Everson neither too. And the ball goes to Daisuke Ikazaki.
Few players here, Team Japan, warming up to come on court for the last few minutes of this game. Japan versus Vera New Zealand. What a match it's been, Jono.
Certainly has been. I'm really looking forward to that next game. Victoria and the Queenslanders. The Queenslanders went down to the Gladiators yesterday, and Victoria had a loss to Japan. So both sides looking for their first win in this tournament on day 2.
Should be an interesting match. Kicking off at 11:45.
That'll be a great game between the Gladiators and Japan. A replay of last year's final. So that went to overtime, 59-58. It was the gold medal game between the Gladiators and Japan, and the Japanese on that occasion were the ones to get the points.
And Johnny, just back in play here, we've got Cameron Leslie over to the box, penalty box here, reaching his hands in. So Japan now 4-on-3. 4 minutes 20 remaining in this game.
So the ball will be played inbound. It goes loosely across court. Finds Japan there on the far side in Haga. Haga now will try and battle his way through. Find Kano. He's down court. Myra battling with him.
Yeah, some nice, interesting play in the back half.
So Kano's just facing some dramas, and Tomoki Amai will come over and create something. So too Daisuke Ikazaki. So they've really slowed it down here, Em.
Yeah, they're just wanting to set up to box Cameron Leslie in so that he doesn't have the advantage to come on court.
So they've managed to do that, and they get the points on that occasion. So 44-38 now. Japan lead it by 6. Myra. They need something big here, the Kiwis, and fast as Leslie.
Yeah, they're going to have to pull something out here. Cameron Leslie up on the left-hand side of the field. The long ball through to Rob.
Hewitt pops the pass back to Amai. Amai gives it over the top nicely to Leslie, and the points come the way of New Zealand.
Getting through that nice pocket there, Cameron Leslie. The try for New Zealand. The score now, 44 Japan, 39 New Zealand. The lead by 5. Oh, Jono, New Zealand is certainly going to have to pull some tricks to be able to get this one.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot here, especially in these final 3 minutes.
Oh, and Cameron Leslie there, reaching for the ball, nearly coming out of his chair there.
So Myra has possession now. This is exactly what New Zealand needed, that change of possession. Good work across
Beautiful.
court. And they score the points through Hewitt. So Hewitt will get there. So now the margin just 4 with 3 to go. So that's what they need. They need to force that mistake, New Zealand.
Look at this intensity, Jono. It's incredible. They're up hungry. Whew. And for the long ball, Japan sneaking through.
So they'll play it now through Kano. And Kano gets the goal. So terrific stuff there. The intensity, you're right, Em. It's picked up immensely.
New Zealand are hungry for this game. That is for sure. And Japan nice and tight here on the inbound, but New Zealand keep possession. Maya through the middle for New Zealand, pushing it up the floor. Look at her go. She has got some speed and power, this woman. Cousin to Benji Marshall, our famous rugby player for New Zealand.
So Leslie now has possession. He's trying to battle his way out of the key. Benji Marshall, of course, from the West Tigers and St George Illawarra fame, and now at the Brisbane Broncos. So now Leslie goes at the line, tries to bounce around a couple of players and does particularly well and gets the points on that occasion. So terrific stuff from the Kiwis. They're back to 4 here, Em. We've got a fantastic 2 minutes coming up.
Absolutely. It could be anyone's game. Japan with the ball through the middle. Oh, great defence there.
Just need to force the mistake here, the Kiwis. Ikazaki has possession, throws the ball over the top, lost ball.
Oh, and it's loose, but Japan keep it.
Japan have regained possession. Now it comes back to Ikazaki. Ikazaki now tries to get the pass over the top. Haga did well. Amai stops possession. Just look at Myra Amai just battling her way through there, trying to stop the possession, forcing the mistake, and Ikazaki will go over.
Doesn't she have some grit about her? A fierce rugby player. She's certainly represented New Zealand for a few years now, and she has done well. Very impressive player. And it's great to see a few women playing this sport now throughout the world. Afghanistan taking out tournament in Bali recently.
So the ball plays across nicely to New Zealand, and Amai gives it to Leslie. Leslie bouncing it a couple of times. Just trying to take on the line now. Good work from Rob Hewitt in the back there. Leslie pushing away one. He's trying to get back now, right side. Pops the pass to Amai. Amai now has some pressure. Got the pass away. Couldn't quite get the connecting play. Japan have come up with it. And a technical violation has been called in.
Yeah, so right there, there was no team. There was still team possession by New Zealand. It didn't get changed over. So unfortunately, New Zealand losing that play. They really needed that to come through. The points. New Zealand down by 5 with just over a minute to go. So it really takes some magic for them to pull through for this win.
Ikazaki. So Japan looking as though they're going to get another win. They picked up one yesterday against Victoria. Ikazaki, nice push over the top and finds Haga. Haga battles nicely. Great blocking from Ikazaki. And Masayuki Haga goes over for the points.
Some beautiful rugby you've seen for this game 1 of day 2 here at Sydney Olympic Park.
So still 2 more days to go, and tomorrow we play for gold. In fact, Saturday we play for gold. So 2 more golden days here at the Wheelchair Rugby Championships, but each game is vital today because it will decide those points as Hewitt goes over for the points. Nice work there from
Nice
Cam
quick
Leslie.
Try there for New Zealand.
Pop the pass away to Haga. Haga has possession. Now tries to push away one. Meyer causing some problems. Timeout called. And the ball will come across court.
So an on-court timeout called and a substitution made. So for the last 30 seconds of this game, who do we have? 13.
That's Shimakawa, and 23 is Hitoshi Ogawa. So Ogawa now has possession on the court straight away in first touch. Ball goes nicely to Shimakawa. Shimakawa now just tries to battle around Amai. Leslie comes in and gives some traffic. Shimakawa still with possession close to the line. Calls the timeout. The equipment check.
So an equipment timeout called here. His axle loose. And no need for a tyre change. Both of the axles coming out from the big hits, and we've got a equipment here as well with the 2 Japan players. One of the Kiwis.
So they'll play it across court. Nicely played to Ikazaki. Well played to Shimakawa. Shimakawa now battling nicely. Pushes away from one. Ikazaki just battling there. 7 seconds left on the clock. Have they got time for one more try? Japan pushing hard at the line. The points are there. Shimakawa the scorer on that occasion. So 2 seconds left in this game. It'll be a win to the Japanese. At the moment it's 48-42. I would doubt that there'd be any more time for points. So coming up next, we've got a great game between Victoria Protect Thunder and the Suncorp Queensland Cyclones. Emma Stewart and Nicholas Cognac. He'll be in lead call there for that contest. And then what a game it'll be between the Gladiators and Japan. A replay of last year's final. It was a wonderful victory to the Japanese, their first appearance in the Sydney tournament last year. And they picked up the win 59-58 in an overtime classic at the Netball Centre, which is where day 4 will take place, or August the 5th, where we'll have 5th v 6th, the bronze medal game, the celebrity game, which is always a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing Killer Kairoos involved in that one from GIO, and then the gold medal game taking place at 4:30, and then of course tomorrow at 6:30 we've got a family and friends night court time, so that'll be exciting to see some of the players on court. A great one to call, a lot of fun, so make sure you stay with us right throughout the tournament, not just today. Ball comes across nicely.
Oh, blind pass there! He makes it, but not quite in time. What an excellent game. What an excellent game of wheelchair rugby here at Sydney Olympic Park. Japan taking it out by 6, 48-42.
So a great way to start day 2 of the 2017 Fierce 4 Rugby National Championships. As Emma said, it's a 6-point victory to the Japanese. We'll take a short break. On the other side, Nicholas Cognac and Emma Stewart will call all the action of Victoria Protect Thunder and the Suncorp Queensland Cyclones. Back in a moment.